What is going on? I'm finally gonna get out my the fall part 2 Unbound review out. I finished the game quite a while ago, like I say. Well, it's not that long ago, like 3 weeks ago. I've been playing so much Detroit Become Human though. The Detroit. You'll see what I think about that game in a review. Right now we're gonna talk about this game though, the fall part 2 Unbound. Pretty underestimated, Let's get into it though. Let's look at gameplay, presentation, and the overall impact it had on me. Let's jump right in. So, just as a heads up, the soundtracks in the background, I always do, for my reviews at least, soundtracks that are from the game, but there are literally no soundtracks in this game, so you will not hear in the background any soundtracks from this game. It's just going to be from various games and whatnot. And last but not least, the gameplay in the background is recorded from me playing it. So yeah, let's go right into some gameplay. Now, the game is developed by Over the Moon Studios or whatever, and as far as I can tell, they've only made 2 games, which is the Fall Part 1 and the Fall Part 2. So that's kind of interesting. Now, I did not play the first one. There was a pre-game recap, which was pretty cool. Basically, it's that you're this robot and you're in what I like to call the network, and you can overtake hosts, like you control their body and whatnot, and you try and find out who is attacking your body in the real world. The story's kind of complicated. The whole game's kind of complicated. But it turns out it's pretty fun. There's a lot of puzzles, like the entire game's a puzzle pretty much. Now, I do want to say that the puzzles aren't really puzzles. It's more of a click and find sort of thing, like a complete random guess. Like, a puzzle is what you think it is, but for this, I find the puzzles kind of lackluster in the fact that you get an item or you get some information of knowledge or whatever, and then you have to figure out where that works. Because there's an interact button, and say you get like a snack bar, or I don't know, whatever, you find out that the age of the robot. It doesn't really matter where it goes because it's kind of random. Like, there'd just be like these newspapers on the ground, be like, oh, here's where it goes or whatever. It's kind of not really puzzle related. It's definitely more click and find. As far as the characters and combat and whatnot go, the combat is pretty damn cool. It gets really repetitive in the network area where you just have to shoot the guys. I don't know. When you're playing as this guy, one, and you have to fight the other dudes, that's pretty cool because they come from both sides and there's like 3 different types of enemies, which is pretty cool. As far as character goes, pretty damn sick. I don't really like Arid, the main character you play as. I really like the companion and the butler. One's pretty cool, but the butler is honestly my favorite one is because of how sick that level is with the atmosphere and everything. I mean, like, they should have just stuck with that. It would have been perfect. Honestly, it just boils down to pretty linear gameplay with a pretty decent story and some lackluster puzzles. 64 out of 100. Pros, great characters, pretty decent story. Cons, bad puzzles, they're not really puzzles. And Arid was kind of annoying. Some people might hate me for that. I didn't really find her that good. Maybe it's because she was outshadowed by the 3 the 3 other characters, but I wasn't a big fan of Arid. 64 out of 100. Not the greatest score ever, but we still have presentation to move on to, so let's see what it rolls down on that. Presentation. Now, this game, sound-wise, is pretty good. No soundtracks at all, so it is a complete downgrade. Sound effects though were pretty good in this game. Nothing to say bad about there. The actual visuals in this game, when you actually get into the worlds, because right here when you're in the network area, it's pretty bland. Like, it's pretty, bland is the only word I can think of, which, I think it's designed to be like that because, it's the network world. But once you actually get into the worlds, especially the butler's area, is like the coolest thing ever. Like, I wish the game would have just stayed in that one area because it's this giant mansion, and the butler who keeps serving his, masters, they're dead. He keeps giving the guy tea, and there's like 500 cups of tea there, and the atmosphere is unbelievable in there. And then you move away from that, and it just seems like it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like, it's not bad, to the companion or one's level. I just think it couldn't be topped. Like the Butler put a pretty high bar. What stands out for me is the character design and the whole light design, I guess I would call it. You know, the character design in this is very well done. The Butler is really nice. One is very good, and the companion is very well done too. And I think my favorite thing about this game though is the lighting, because the way you interact with objects is you have your light coming out, and you know, the Butler has his lantern thing. One does it through his hand. The companion just has like one in her forehead. I don't know where, I can never see it, but probably just comes out of her eyes. But the lighting in this game is very good. It definitely goes hand in hand with how the game feels. And honestly, that's pretty much it. This game isn't very long. It's only like 7 hours, so it won't take you long to beat. And there's not much for presentation I can talk about because there's no soundtracks at all.
Sure do.
I must contact him.
Gosh, I'm not allowed out of the bar. Except for client calls, of course.
What is the duration before you are requested?
Could be hours, could be days.
Inefficient.
I'm sorry.
Presentation 71 out of 100 pros. The lighting was good, good character design, good voiceovers. I really like the voice acting in this game. Cons, lack of soundtracks. I really think that the soundtracks kind of really sucked in this game, mostly because there was none. Literally was none. No soundtracks. Big downgrade. But general impact is still to come. What will that score for me?
Joseph's will aid me against the user. This host is Meek. I will procure a means out of her restricted area.
No, general impact. I gotta be honest, this is gonna be one of the most forgettable games of the year for me, I think. You know, it's a good game, especially at the Butler part. You know, great atmosphere, the whole match thing. But I find it really downgraded at the end of the half. Like Crossing Souls did the last game I played, the last half of the game was completely not as good as the first half. You know, there's nothing really that stands out too much that, you know, at the end of December, I'll be like, you know what? The Fall Part 2 Unbound was pretty amazing. There's nothing really that sticks in my mind. There's no soundtrack I can remember. I will remember the characters though. They were pretty good. But honestly, you know, this is literally a split 50-50. This is one of the games where you have fun when you play it, and then once it's done, you toss it away. Like it's a game that I don't think I'll play again. You know, the puzzles were extremely lackluster. Like that's the most boring thing I've ever done in my life. Especially at the second half. That's why I kind of got, you know, weighed down. Like it started just going right downhill because they didn't change up a thing. It just kind of stayed the same course. You know, didn't innovate anything at the end of the game. So yeah, general impact 50 out of 50. Split down the middle pros. I don't know. There's nothing really good to say about this game on the pros. And there's nothing really bad to say about it either. You know, it's literally a straight 50-50. The most 50-50 thing I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. And all those reasons why is it tops off at a solid 6.1 out of 10. You know, I've been playing some pretty bad games. I like Far Cry 5 got 3.9. Crossing Souls got like a 5.8. It's only 0.3 higher. I need to play a good game, a good single-player game. My next review will be on Detroit Become Human. I don't know if that'll be my next video or not, but we will see. Next time, a 6.1 for Fall Part 2 Unbound. I don't know, 50-50. I've seen a lot of people online rating it pretty good. I do think the first half of the game was spectacular. It just dropped off pretty hard, in my opinion. So, yeah, I will see y'all next time. Peace.
Loser.
That human leaves beaten. He is weak.
He is sad.
Hey! No service calls came through.
My friend needs access to a computer.
Do not reveal me.
You're who now?
May I please access a computer?
No. Get back in your closet.
Thank you guys for watching and sticking in till the end. You guys are the MVP. Comment your thoughts down below. I actually really do want to hear the voice and opinion of the people. Subscribe for more content. There'll always be more videos I'm putting out. I love making videos. Hopefully you'll be here for next time. Dark Views signing out. Peace.